Fiendish little thing. It's too hot to be picked up. I've always loathed him. Not very pretty. It says, dangerous, conscientious guard snake. Only too happy to do its duty. This is where the sand comes out. A valiant friend and helper. I can't move it.
Are beautiful.
Beautiful? What's so beautiful about my house burning down?
That's the beauty. It's your house that's burning down.
I still can't see the beauty in that. The quality of living in my house is going down every minute.
But as the owner, you can answer an important question. Do you, by any chance, have any sausages on you?
What?
You see, I always mean to take sausages along. Roasting a sausage over an open fire is so romantic. I can't get enough of it.
This open fire happens to be my former house.
Maybe we could borrow a few sausages from your neighbors.
What kind of pump is that?
The state-of-the-art Pharaonic sand extinguisher pump. You can align it precisely and smother any fire with sand. And if there's one thing we've got plenty of here, it's sand. A wonderful invention.
What kind of camel is that?
This is a specially trained firefighting camel. It carries all our gear without a grumble, and it manages the Cairo-Luxor route in a mere 8 hours.
Could I borrow the camel?
We're a fire brigade, not a camel rental.
What is all this stuff you've got with you?
My excellent fire axe, a ladder that nearly reaches up to the first floor. And of course, our moles.
Moles?
The hunters of the soil, blind saviors of lives.
Moles?
They can dig tunnels to people who have been buried alive. They're simply mad about digging, the little imps. Burrow everything to pieces, they do.
I'd say you bank on some strange help.
Anything that helps us to get to inaccessible spots gets tried out.
I expect my house to be extinguished by the time I come back.
In our experience, every fire calls it a day at some point. Sometimes, even a few walls are left standing.
Good morning.
Hang on. Aren't you that palace guard from Cairo?
Ah, my reputation precedes me.
But why are you a fireman?
I'm a guard by day, and at night I'm with the Pharaonic Volunteer Fire Brigade.
Really? There's a volunteer fire brigade?
The Volunteer Fire Brigade is the only one in town. And if you don't volunteer to join it, the Pharaoh reduces your palace guard wages by half.
My house! You must put out the fire.
Let us worry about that. We'll take care of it.
You're not doing anything here.
Oh, that just seems like it. We are thinking hard.
I'd say you're doing a pretty lousy job.
Fiddle faddle. It's plain as day that we're so good, there's hardly room for improvement. Except, of course, if we knew beforehand where it's going to burn. That would be the only thing that would make our work even more efficient. Then we could have breakfast in peace instead of rushing who knows where.
Keep it up.
Yes, sir. Always on the job.
Hello, Asil.
I could use your help as a clairvoyant.
Well, you see, As you know, my soothsaying talents have always been a bit limited. That's why I had to give up my bookmaking parlor at the Cairo Bazaar. I'm afraid my predictions wouldn't help you an awful lot.
Can you tell the firemen when the next fire will break out?
To be honest, I don't think so.
Couldn't you at least pretend to?
That would be a better bet. I was always good at pretending to do things I never did.
Then try your luck.
So, you can look into the future and tell us where the next fire is going to break out.
Yes, that's true.
I don't believe a word. You haven't got a crystal ball.
Beg pardon?
Fortune tellers have crystal balls. Everybody knows that. Just as pirates have eye patches. Or firemen have fire brigade camels.
But, I really am a fortune teller, I am.
No crystal ball, no fortune teller. There's no way around it.
That bloke wants to see a stupid crystal ball. Where am I supposed to get a cheap piece of junk like that?
Missed it. The nozzle is now pointing right. The sand hit the sculpture, but that won't help me get anywhere. The nozzle won't turn any further. The nozzle is now pointing at the middle. The nozzle is now pointing left. The sand hit the large meteor. The heat baked it to glass. That thing nearly tore our house apart.
Birds?
They're specially trained for firefighting assignments.
Sounds exciting. I'll test them in action when I get a chance. Which, of course, would put these blind little chaps right out of business.
The moles are nuzzling up the earth. The nozzle is now pointing at the middle. The nozzle is now pointing right. I love signs that prohibit things. The sand was deflected by the sign. It hit the small meteor and was baked to glass. A shining crystal ball. There you are!
Oh, you do have a crystal ball. Then let's see how good you are.
Eh? What's that? I'm...
A fire, of course. I'm asking you to soothsay a fire.
Oh, yes. Just a minute. I'll really need to concentrate. I'll be back with your hot tip, your prediction, in a jiffy. He seriously wants me to predict a fire.
Hello, Volcano.
Like what?
Volcano, I need a light.
You started smoking? A seal, if you want to seem grown up, then you simply shouldn't run around in clothes like that.
No, you've got to set a fire for me.
Arson, not a chance. The fire breather's code forbids it.
Since when do fire breathers have a code?
We've always had one. It regulates all the circumstances that ever allow us to breathe fire. And rule number 3 says, never play with fire where people can get hurt, or even worse, where things can be damaged.
Oh, come on. You must have set something on fire just for fun at some point.
Nope, never ever.
Not even a piece of parchment?
Nope. Nope, never ever.
I'm beginning to think you can't do it.
You've already seen me breathe fire quite often.
But not in this adventure.
Oh, all right, you're not going to give up anyhow. But if anybody asks, it's part of a trick.
Naturally.
Well, let me know when it's time.
Hello.
You never give up, do you? So then, where is the next fire gonna break out?
The next thing to burn shall be the garden gnome.
Which one? That ugly little thing back there?
Precisely. Forsooth, it shall be the next to burn.
Never! It's much too far from the house.
Believe me, burn it will. Right now!
Well, what do you know?
That's great!
We've got to report this to the rest of the guys right away.
What wonderful progress in firefighting.
Well then, off we go again. Nice seeing you. With expertise like this, I'd say we're on our way to completely new deeds. You could say we're all done here.
Shouldn't we take our camel with us?
Why? It munches our bread. The heavy pump hangs off it. And as of now, this honorable gentleman is always going to tell us in advance when there's a fire. So all we have to do is stamp it out.
Fair enough. We'll leave it here.
I believe that's my cue. Who'd have thought that? I'm a natural-born camel rider. Oops! Ouch! Stop, you stupid camel! Hold your horses! Oh, my.
Right, Ephraim. Jot this down. The history of all society until now is a tale of class conflicts.
Far too dramatic. Nobody will ever read that. How about the authority posed by the modern state is merely a committee that administrates the common dealings of the entire ruling class?
Phew! Too long. Nobody can remember all that. And what's more, the authority of the state isn't particularly modern at all.
I've got an idea, too.
Oh no, please don't, Shalom.
How about may the ruling classes tremble in the face of revolution? We have naught to lose but the chains that bind us, yet all the world to gain.
Wow!
Shalom? How did you ever come up with that?
You can't even cook couscous without turning it all sticky.
Well, I let myself wander as I walked around the oasis.
Hi, friends.
Tara, does this mean you've already had enough of Home Sweet Home with our seal?
You've got to come with me to Luxor right now.
We can't. We're in the process of drafting our manifesto for the revolution against the Pharaoh.
A battle of the gods is in the making, and we have to win it.
No, we're in the middle of planning a new blow to bring the Pharaoh down.
And we've got soup cooking.
The revolution will have to wait. There are more important things at the moment. Really.
More important than revolution? Impossible.
All of Egypt is in danger. We must travel to Luxor and help Asil in the battle of the gods.
Well, if she's right, the revolution won't do us an awful lot of good either. Good point. Why revolt if the ruling class has been eliminated anyway?
So, are you going to help me?
You do know you can always rely on us.
And maybe we can burst the chains of the pharaonic capital while we're in Luxor. After all, Luxor is an unholy temple of unbridled consumption.
Yes, well, maybe. But perhaps we'll stop the victory of the unbridled gods first?
So then, let's go. We'll leave our manifesto here for now. I hope nobody copies it.
And hurry up with the packing. We've got to meet up with Asil in Luxor at midnight.
Tara, would you mind telling me why you're wearing pajamas?
That's a long story.